the material about relative clause. What they are, the difference between them, and how to use them. Keep watching until the end video and let's get started. So first, let's talk about the definition of relative clause. Relative clause can also be called adjective clause. Is to use to give additional information and their function like an adjective. There are two types of relative clause: is defining and non-defining. What is defining and non-defining, and how we can tell the difference? Let's talk about it. Defining relative clause add essential information to the sentence. But non-defining relative clause add extra information to the sentence. You can see if relative clause is defining or non-defining by removing it from the sentence. If you remove defining relative clause, the sentence has a different meaning or isn't complete. So let's see the example. For example, there's the student who failed English class 3 times. If you remove who failed English class 3 times, the sentence is incomplete. Just that students. Therefore, the relative clause who failed English class 3 times is essential information to the sentence because it defines which student specifically we are talking about it. But non-defining, if you remove non-defining relative clause, the sentence still has the same meaning. Let's see the example. For example, my brother who lives in California is an engineer. If you remove who lives in California, the sentence is complete. We can see that who lives in California is extra information to the sentence. And in writing English, use comma before and after you write non-defining relative clause. Let's see the other difference between defining and non-defining. For defining relative clause, use that and don't use comma. The example is the bananas that I bought on Monday are rotten. But not defining, use with yes, comma, before, and after it. Let's see the example. Is the bananas, comma, which I bought on Monday, comma, are rotten. The mean is, in the first case, it is probably we have two types of bananas in the house, but in the second case, all the bananas in the house were bought on Monday and they are all rotten. It is easy, right? So let's continue to talk about relative pronouns and relative adverbs. For information, relative clause is also used to give information about noun phrase. They are signed by relative pronouns and relative adverbs. In relative pronouns, there are who, whom, whose, that, and which. But relative adverbs, there are when, where, and why. Let's talk about relative pronouns one by one. Relative pronouns who to describe people as the subject. We have two sentences and we can combine it into one sentence by using relative pronouns who. For example, the girl blanks brings the umbrella is my friend. Our relative pronouns as the subject of this clause. So we can use who. As you see, the subject of the sentence is girl and who refers to girl, so it is relative pronouns. As the subject. The relative clause is who brings the umbrella is my friend comes after the subject girl. And next, relative pronouns whom to describe people as object. For example, Daniel liked the girl blank he met at the farewell party yesterday. Remember, we use whom when the relative pronouns as the object. So in this case, our relative pronouns as the object of this clause. So we use whom. Daniel liked the girl whom he met at the farewell party yesterday. And next, relative pronouns whose to describe position for people. For example, the man blank car was stolen went to the police station. Whose is always the subject of relative clause and cannot be left out. It replaces a possessive and can be used for people or things. In this case, relative pronouns to describe possessions, so we use whose. relative pronouns that to describe the things as defining relative clause. For example, I read all the books that I borrowed from the library. Without clause, it's only I read all the books. This sentence is incomplete, so we use that to describe the things as defining relative clause. Next, relative pronouns which to describe things as non-defining relative clause. For example, the new Stephen King book which I borrowed from the library is very good. Without clause, the sentence is the new Stephen King book is very good. The sentence is complete. The part of library was only an extra detail. Next, let's talk about relative adverbs. There are when to describe times. For example, I will remember the day when we first met. When to describe times. And the second, where to describe places. For example, the town where I grew up is beautiful now. And where to describe place. And the last, why to give a reason. For example, the reason why I left her was that her parents took her. This sentence, we have why relative adverb to give reason and that relative pronouns. Have you watched my video? I hope you like it and understand about the material of relative clause. Thank you so much for watching and see you.